What's up, you guys? I am back yet again. Today we're going to be checking out 8 most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. Now, we've done, I think, 1 or 2 of these in the past. I honestly forgot how many. But you know what I just thought about recently? This is a random thought. Isn't it crazy how when it comes to people like knocking on our door or ringing our doorbell, if we weren't told through like a call or text message, we feel weird? Like, a majority of us do. Like, I kind of feel weird when I have unannounced guests. But back in the day, before cell phones, you kind of didn't have a choice but to just answer the door. So it's crazy how, like, unless we connect first, like if someone just unannounced comes to your house, you're gonna feel weird about it. Isn't that crazy? But either way, I just thought that was a weird thing.
On November 30th, 2021, a Twitter user from Dallas reported that her doorbell camera had recorded a suspicious man standing outside of her apartment almost every night for an entire month. According to her tweet, she had already reached out to the authorities, but they hadn't done enough to keep the man away.
Hello?
This is what her Ring camera captured.
Ew. Why are they just standing there like that? Oh my gosh. Hello? And they just gonna it's like, what y'all be on?
In most of the clips, the man can be seen standing eerily still outside of the woman's apartment,
Never.
possibly waiting for her to come outside.
This is why I mentioned beforehand. Isn't it crazy how unless we know who's gonna approach our house, I feel weird about anyone else. Like, unless I know you're gonna be there, I don't expect anyone else to pop up because nowadays you just don't know. And this is why Ring cameras are important, or any sort of camera outside your door, because people just wake up and decide to have fun in their head. Like, in this person's mind, they believe this is like just crazy for them. I don't know. It's just scary, bruh. This type of behavior worries me a little bit.
At one point in the video, the man can be heard talking, but his words are difficult to make out.
Is he drunk? Like,
It's unknown what he planned to do if the woman stepped out of her apartment, but judging by his behavior, it likely wasn't anything good. After the original upload, the disturbing video immediately went viral, with hundreds of people checking in on the woman to make sure she was safe.
this part right here, sketchy. Y'all saw how he tried to sneak across that corner like he wasn't gonna get caught by that camera?
Disturbing video immediately went viral, with hundreds of people checking in on the woman to make sure she was safe. 2 days later, the woman posted an update on Twitter, in which she mentioned that her friends and family had confronted the man, and that security had been on the lookout for him. Many people who viewed the video urged the uploader not to let her guard down, and reminded her that the likelihood that the man would show up again was very high. But after the last tweet in December 2021, there haven't been any more updates, and the man's identity hasn't been publicly revealed.
He look a little short. I ain't gonna lie, y'all see him compared to this this door entrance right here? Look a little like fun sized. I don't know what you call it, but even someone at his height would creep me out. You standing outside my door, it's not Halloween. What you expect? I was gonna cough up candy? That's dead. Never. Like, I'm telling. If you stand outside my shit, I might tell on you if I don't know you. Like, that's scary. Like, I'm a snitch. I'm telling, bro, you can't do that. Some of y'all be too empathetic. You need to know when to call the police.
This clip was captured in November 2019 in Harriet Creek Ranch, Texas. It was later uploaded to TikTok and Facebook. The footage shows a little girl holding a flashlight and knocking on the door of an unoccupied house in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Help, please. Please help.
The girl is obviously scared, but because nobody else can be seen on the camera, it's hard to tell who or what she was running from. As she continues to knock and beg for help, she looks over her shoulder several times, but the footage ends abruptly, leaving many questions unanswered. Shortly after it was recorded, the video was made public and police were notified of the incident, but from what I was able to find, the girl was never identified.
What?
Some think that she was being used as bait to get the homeowners to open the door, and several people commented on Facebook and TikTok that they could clearly see a man hiding in the shadows behind the girl, but it was never confirmed whether that's what was happening or if the little girl was actually in danger and genuinely asking for help.
I've heard about that. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard certain instances where, like, whether it be like home invasions or like just people coming on your property like that, sometimes they'll set up bait, whether it be like through children or like the elder. Like, they go through that. Some people have a whole plan set up and in place to where, like, obviously you would try and help somebody in need, or some people might open a door to a little girl who looks like she's in danger in the middle of the night. Little do they know, you know, the dad is in on it or some adult. Is it like, I don't know, it could be anything, bro. Like, that's scary. Hopefully this child ended up being okay. Again, whether it was real or not in terms of like her needing help or this being some form of a setup, we really don't know. And that is the worst part of all. We actually don't know. Had it been either or answer, sure. But just having it be in the air like this, and this is like the eerie footage we get to see, I don't know, bro. That's the type of info make my head swell up. Dead ass. It's just too realistic. I'm like scared.
Another theory that surfaced is that the girl in the video might have been the same girl from a missing person case in South Dakota.
Oh.
In February 2019, a 9-year-old girl named Serenity Denard ran away from a youth home in Black Hills and was allegedly seen in Justin, Texas a few days before the video was recorded. The fact that the little girl knocked on the door of an unoccupied house shows that she clearly didn't live in the area. Otherwise, she would have known nobody was there, which makes this theory a possibility. Although there's definitely a resemblance between the girl in the video and Serenity, police didn't confirm whether the video and the missing person case were related. Unfortunately, not a lot of official information on this footage has been made public, and we'll likely never know what ended up happening to the little girl.
Wow. Oh, that's so sad, bro.
In this disturbing Ring camera footage from 2021, a woman in a hoodie can be seen approaching the front door of a house in the middle of the night. Behind her, a man wearing a face mask and a lanyard stands on the steps as she rings the doorbell.
I just don't like people at my house like this.
Doorbell cameras are meant for homeowners to see who's at their door and communicate with their visitors to decide whether or not it's a good idea to let them in.
Exactly.
But in this case, the owner opens the door without hesitation.
What? Why would you? No, I don't know them. No.
Hello, do y'all have a sign I can use? My car broke down, and y'all's the only one that got a light on.
We don't.
You don't?
Sorry.
Get a move
The woman
on.
tells him that her car broke down and asks if she can use his phone. The owner politely refuses, but as soon as he apologizes and closes the door, the man with the face mask tries to break into the house with a weapon in hand. Fortunately, the owner had locked the second door just in time. It's unknown if he called the police, but from what I could find, the identities of the man and woman haven't been revealed. What makes this footage
Really?
even more chilling is the fact that there's a playground in the yard, which means the two had specifically targeted a house where they knew there would most likely be kids inside.
That's crazy.
Had the homeowner not reacted quickly, he and his family would have probably been the victims of an armed robbery or possibly much worse.
That's sad. And again, that's why I say, especially in this day and age, it sucks because genuine circumstances where people may need help for real is being abused because people are just targeting any and everybody to get away with like just weird stuff. You know what I mean? In the middle of the night, someone knocks, it could be an actual emergency. But nowadays, even if in the deepest part of your heart, you know you want to help them, you really don't know what all is going on until you figure out what's really going on. So if someone was up to no good, how were we even able to tell? Like, because people are just like, bro, why are y'all on my porch for? Go home. Like, this is, oh, man.
In February 2020, an off-duty police officer received a message from his neighbor asking him to go check on his wife because somebody was trying to break into their house, and the woman was home alone. The man immediately walked across the street to his neighbor's house, but didn't see anything suspicious. When he came back, he saw that his neighbor had sent him this clip.
Who's this? Like, bro. Ew. Oh, hell no. Now he running. Because he heard
The video
dogs.
shows a shirtless man crawling up the stairs to the front entrance of the house and attempting to open the door. Realizing it's locked, he walks back down the stairs and makes his way to the side of the house. After viewing the footage, the man immediately called 911, and 10 minutes later, 4 officers arrived in the neighborhood with a canine unit to help track down the intruder. What followed was an intense game of cat and mouse involving the neighbors, the police, and the shirtless man. Although he was spotted by the neighbors multiple times, he managed to slip away from the cops every single time.
Really?
Several minutes into the search, the man heard his neighbor calling from across the street, saying that he could hear someone in his backyard. The 2 men scoured the outside of the house and eventually found that the back porch light had been unscrewed, but the shirtless man was nowhere to be seen. About an hour later, the man who uploaded the video walked out onto his back deck and spotted the intruder unscrewing another porch light, this time from the house across the street.
Oh my goodness, he over there. He is over there. Yo. Oh my gosh. Yo. Now you
With
can
weapon
really
in
see him.
hand, the man intercepted the intruder and ordered him to get on the ground, but the shirtless man took off running and ended up sneaking into the crawl space of a nearby house. The uploader waited until the police arrived, and after he was ordered out of the crawl space, the intruder was charged with 2 counts of aggravated burglary, trespassing, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It had to be something going on. Because if you sober doing that, we really not going to associate with you. If you claim to be in your right mind and you're doing that, I'm not going to talk to you. Oops. It's like, and I'm not even a mean guy. It's more so on the fence that, like, I tend to try and see things for what it is due to the fact that I don't like wasting my time. And like, I'm a truth seeker. I just want to know what's up, right? If I'm just chilling at my house and I'm seeing just a man shirtless walking around, just perusing the scene, just touching stuff that's not his and people's yards and stuff, like, I'm gonna feel away. I don't want to be bothered with that. I'm calling the police. Like, where are the block watch captains? Like, the people who always be on just block watch. Where are they at in this instance? These are some nice houses. This looks like a nice neighborhood. Where are the Karens who really be on lockdown and will pinpoint anything that feels off to? Where they at? Because somebody could have put a stop to this. Like, I don't know, bro.
Police revealed that the subject was under the influence of hard drugs and had an outstanding warrant for failing to appear in court for another open case of burglary from earlier that same year.
Oh, wow.
It's unclear if he was convicted of all the charges against him, but considering his criminal history, it's more than likely that he's still serving time today. This footage was captured at 4:30 a.m. on April 29, 2023. It happened in El Paso, Texas. The video shows a young woman running up to the front door of a house and ringing the doorbell. Although nobody else can be seen in the frame, terrified, she looks over her shoulder multiple times as if she was being followed.
Almost 4 in the morning. Like, what do people be doing up? Is that the police? I don't even know what to
The woman begs for help and starts crying when nobody answers the door, and a few seconds later, a car's headlights come into view in the background. As soon as she sees the light, the woman crouches down behind a column, and she does the same thing again when she sees the neighbor's driveway lights turn on.
Bro, what is going on?
After a few minutes of waiting, a car's headlights illuminate the driveway and the woman walks down the steps towards it. It's possible that she got in the car, but this wasn't caught on the Ring camera. As soon as the footage was made public, many people started speculating that the woman might have been the victim of trafficking and was trying to escape her captors, but others believed that she had a totally different motive. Several viewers mentioned that if she really had been in danger, she wouldn't have hid from the neighbors when she saw their driveway lights turn on. Another thing that caught viewers' attention is the fact that at the very beginning of the video, the woman isn't actually running. She appears to be casually walking up the steps, and she only begins to run when she comes into view of the doorbell camera, which suggests that the whole thing might have been a robbery setup. Less than a month after the footage was uploaded, El Paso police arrested 34-year-old Krista Nicole Cordeaux for burglary. After her mugshot was released, some people believed that it was the same woman from the video due to the resemblance, but police never officially...
It might be her. It might be her behind. I ain't gonna lie. Because it's like, unless they just can figure it out exactly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that is scary, bro. In these instances, I would love to be a first responder in which I can help out any and everyone in terms of these situations, but it's hard to tell. Since it's hard to tell, you're technically taking a gamble, right? I believe. Again, some people just without a doubt would not second guess it and would help. That's fine. Me, on the other hand, it's like, I don't know. The way I process information, I'm just going to funnel through the most realistic things I can come up with in terms of like, how real is this person being? Like, are they in genuine danger? Like, I'm just going to shuffle through too many questions to where, again, 4 or 5 a.m., someone banging on my door, pounding on my door, or I'm seeing crazy stuff in my Ring camera, I'm not sure what I would do. I think they have this thing where you can talk over the camera. Like, I guess I would talk? I don't know. Or would y'all pretend y'all not home? It's really hard to tell, bro. I don't know. But this is crazy.
Confirm this. It's unclear if she was ever seen in the neighborhood again.
No.
In 2022, a Reddit user uploaded this disturbing Ring camera footage with the caption, "Zombies want your brain." The video shows a young man in a bandana covered in what appears to be dirt or blood, repeatedly slamming himself into the front door of a house.
I'm sorry, what? Oh.
On his third attempt to break down the door, he apparently knocks himself out after hitting his head. Stumbling after the impact, the man collapses over the front porch railing, knocking over an ornament in the process.
Oh my gosh. What is he on? It's taken over. It's taken over. Oh my gosh. Look at it.
He groans in pain as he flails his arms and raises his legs, seemingly trying to get back on his feet. But the video ends before we can see what happened next. After the footage was uploaded, many viewers commented that the man was probably under the influence of hard drugs, which would explain his uncoordinated movements and violent behavior. Other users suggest that he might have had a seizure after hitting his head on the door. But because the video was uploaded with no context or explanation, it's impossible to confirm what actually happened.
Oh, no.
After that night, the homeowner never saw the man again.
Would y'all move after just a one-time occurrence like this? Because, like, you know, I make jokes in, like, light of, like, me being super, like, not sensitive, but, like, I'm very cautious just of my surroundings, or at least I try to be. I'm not Superman, but I care about my life. When stuff like this happens, does it just take one time and would y'all just, like, dip? Or would you kind of just try and monitor the whole ordeal and just, like, work with your community to try and figure something out? Because depending on where you're located and who the threat is or what the threat is, I don't know, bro. Like, I just imagine, like, the worst case scenario, like, in just worser neighborhoods where, like, stuff or crime could just happen all the time. Or, you know, you only have so much security on your house. What do you do in these instances? Like, I don't, it's just so just unfortunate and scary. Because, like, people just be minding their business, bro. And then you wake up and anything could just happen like this. Like, why are people playing on my doorbell? I just would have been sick.
On July 24th, 2021, a woman named Caitlin Curtis took her baby to the park across the street from her house in Arizona. After sitting down on the bench next to a fountain, a scruffy-looking man suddenly approached her, sat on the bench next to her, and asked her if she wanted to buy his drawings. According to Caitlin, the drawings looked like they had been drawn by a little kid, or by someone with no artistic talent. After politely refusing to buy the drawings, she got up and left the park with her baby in the stroller. As she was leaving, she saw the man get into the passenger seat of a suspicious-looking truck at the other end of the park, which then circled around her several times as she made her way back home. Afraid that she was being followed, Caitlin took a different route back to her house and entered through the back door so that the men in the truck wouldn't know where she lived. 3 days later, when Caitlin was out of town, her doorbell camera captured the same man walking up to the front door of her house and ringing the doorbell at 3 in the morning.
Oh my gosh. That's dry. Ew, this is what I be talking about, y'all. Absolutely not. Like, don't nobody want these drawings. He is not in his right mind. Like, it's 3 a.m. What are y'all on? I just can't, bro. There's no way. Now you trying to touch the sky. It's like... this just was not the right
According
time,
to Caitlin, her husband was asleep while the whole thing was happening, and he didn't learn about the man's visit until the next day. After the video was uploaded to TikTok, some users commented that the fact that the man rang her doorbell specifically was not a coincidence, and that he might have been watching her from the day they met in the park. It's possible that he was using the drawings to try and distract her, while the other man in the truck abducted her child, but we'll likely never know his intentions for sure. The incident could just be written off as a man who was under the influence of drugs or suffering from mental illness, but if Caitlin hadn't been careful, it's anyone's guess what might have happened.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the man never came back, and neither Caitlin nor her family had seen him again.
I mean, that's good, I guess.
In October 2021, Reddit user Protomancer uploaded this footage of a man crawling and slithering through his neighbor's yard in the middle of the night.
What do we mean slithering? Bitch, we got snakes. Let's be for real. We got snakes now. Like, I get it. Some people just really weird and just out of the ordinary. The fuck y'all mean y'all are slithering up to my porch? Like, call the FBI. Like, what do you do? Like, call somebody. No. Slither? Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding me, bro. What is this? They can't be in the military, cause I see you. It just, bro, what?
There doesn't appear to be any context surrounding the video, but most users attributed the man's particular behavior to drug use or possibly mental illness. Even though he isn't hurting anybody, this is probably not the type of person you would want to run into on your way back from home in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
The man in the footage hasn't...
Bro, I be getting so sick and tired of people's like excuse or motive being like, oh, as you know, as long as they're not hurting anyone, Granted, we live on a planet where you have free will. With that capability, you can kind of technically do whatever you want within literal reason. If you are walking down the street or it's at night and you're seeing strangers acting like peculiar way, like just weird ways, that does not give them any entitlement to just like be around me or next to me or me be in the vicinity of them being weird. I can't control that. They're literally just doing odd things. I have the ability, because I'm an adult, to not be around certain odd things. Some of y'all, on the other hand, will just love to hold hands with strangers and just have a blast. Y'all can do that, right? Y'all could feel sympathy for certain individuals. Because again, I understand it is unfortunate that some people may have like a mental disability or what was the other one? Or just like heavy drug use. Still doesn't excuse some people's behaviors. It's just unfortunate that it takes place under those causes. If those were to be the case, doesn't still mean the behavior is excusable. But I feel like a lot of people sometimes try and pin those two together to have bad behavior or just inappropriate behavior from adults be excused due to their mental illness or their drug use. It's still bad. I'm sorry, I had to rant that one out, because this is crazy. Bitch, even if I see this on my Ring camera, I might tweak. You're not gonna just all be crawling on all fours and on my porch like that. No, on my in front of the sidewalk. I'm spooked. I'm good. Y'all got it though.
Unidentified, and it's unclear if he ever showed up again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's just scary to me. I don't know. Some of y'all might be in the comments like, damn, dude, you really complain a lot. I guess so. Welcome to youtube.com. I'm nervous. I just can't, bro. I can't. But either way, that's gonna be it for today's video. These doorbell ring cameras are very, very interesting, and there's a lot of these out because like anyone in the world who owns any of these devices like doorbell cameras can just post their footage online, and we're seeing instances from all across the globe of just the most random like it's crazy. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, if you are new by any chance, you can subscribe if you want. Pretty much, I don't care to promote it. It's just like if you want to, right. Right. But until my next video, I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.